So Janine, today I'm excited. It's not often you're joined by an Olympic gold medalist and City player. Look, we've got the City kit and the Canadian kit, and it's a big International Women's Day. And this year's message is breaking the bias. How do you think the women's game has continued to tackle things like bias for people who want to play football?
Yeah, I think you can look at it two ways. It's all about perspective, right? So from my perspective as a player, I see it from both sides. We've come such a long way, especially in England since I've been here. This is my 4th season and I've seen massive growth. But when I kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture, you see, there's a lot of work still to be done, but we're definitely going in the right direction.
And the Canadian team's so strong. You're a double Olympian. Did the second time at the Olympics, was it even better than the first time? Obviously getting the gold medal is amazing.
I think we kind of surprised people because the team in 2012 had made the podium, they won bronze, so it was back-to-back bronze medals, and then our whole message going into Tokyo was change the color of the medal.
Get to a final.
Get to a final, and I think it sounds kind of silly because then people are like, oh, well, would you have been okay with silver? And for us, I think it was we knew that gold would be the only thing that really made the change the color of the medal mean something.
How much impact do you think the gold will have on young girls who want to play football in Canada?
There's definitely hype around soccer in the country and young players getting involved, and that's something that I think Canada does so well. Is soccer's one of those games all around the world that young people play, and so if we can inspire that youth to continue their journey and somehow make it to the national team one day, we're now seeing we just don't inspire young girls, it's young boys too, and now the men's national team having that same impact. It's definitely an exciting time to be a part of the sport in Canada.
That's one of the things I've loved most about the WSL's development. It's your 4th season. Whenever you speak to young boys and girls, they've got a favourite WSL player, they've got a favourite WSL team, where in previous years they might have just supported a men's Premier League team. How much do you think it has changed since your first season here?
Between Barclays taking over the league and Sky putting the games on TV, the exposure is like something we haven't seen, and the UK is at the top of the game in that sense, with putting the women's game on TV and getting young girls and boys out to the stadiums after a long time in COVID. That's why we do it, to inspire the youth, and I want to make the game better than when I left it. And being in the league for now 4 seasons, we've already seen such big growth. The
message of International Women's Day, break the bias. How much do you take that on yourself as a professional to keep challenging that?
It really brings to light the reality that there is a big bias. And at the same time, you have to say we've come a long way, let's keep going. And when we see our counterparts on the men's side doing the exact same things that we're doing day in and day out, it can get frustrating that there's still such a difference in whether that be finances, treatment, access to resources and facilities. And for someone like me who plays at one of the best clubs in the world, we have incredible resources, and I think Man City sets the bar really, really high for other clubs to do the same for their women's programs. But there's definitely a bias there, and to continue to push that message and make sure that people are pushing to break that bias is important.